Deng Xiaoping. He got in trouble for doubting Mao Zedong's policies. Mao was too big to be questioned, so he made a comeback with a plan. Quoted in communist jargon, a transition to capitalist China. Xiaoping slowly opened up the Chinese economy and reduced the state's chokehold on many sectors. Then came leaders like Jiang Zemin and Hu Jintao, who strengthened the private sector in their own crony ways, of course, but it led to tremendous growth for China. Its tech sector boomed. Now China has Xi Jinping, who inherited a robust private sector that is fully subservient to the state, forex capital that hit trillions of dollars, and an economy that was growing. But as if an incarnation of Mao, Xi Jinping has destroyed it all, high on power and equally high on paranoia. He has blown off $1 trillion in a failed project, the Belt and Road Initiative. He is tweaking with the stock market regulations, threatening a dangerous recession. And worst of all, he is bullying the private sector, dominated by ambitious tech companies that are now crumbling. Everything that took decades to build has come crashing down in less than a decade of Xi Jinping's rule. Hi, and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Shubhangi, and in this video, I shall tell you about the imminent demise of the Chinese tech sector under Xi Jinping. Let's begin. We all know China to be a country where the markets are controlled by the government, and the government in turn is controlled by one despotic man. The Chinese Communist Party General Secretary Xi Jinping's anti-market and business subverting policies are beginning to show effect, and the worst hit sector happens to be China's tech industry. Big Chinese tech companies are losing money like there is no tomorrow. In a matter of 4 months, Chinese tech giants have lost a whopping $800 billion owing to Xi Jinping's crackdown on the sector. Investors are fleeing China's tech sector en masse. The levels of mistrust which Chinese tech giants have come to face in markets is causing them to register massive capital shrinkage. In times like these, a normal government in a normal country would do all they could to ensure that the market sentiment does not turn from one of no confidence to one of hostility against tech giants. However, the most hostile power which Chinese tech giants face domestically is the Chinese Communist Party itself. Not to forget that the Chinese tech sector is facing a lot of backlash from around the world too. According to a report by Nikkei Asia, the combined market capitalization of 10 leading IT and high-tech companies, including Alibaba Group and Tencent Holdings, has plunged by over $800 billion, or almost 30% from a peak in February. Last Tuesday, Tencent shares finished at 585.5 Hong Kong dollars, down more than 20% from a record high in February. According to the report, the market caps of leading Chinese tech giants Alibaba, Tencent, Meituan, JD, and short video app operator Kuaishou, listed in Hong Kong, have fallen by 20% to 40% from February 17th. The total of them has come to around 13.5 trillion Hong Kong dollars, or 17.4 billion US dollars, down a little more than 5.1 trillion Hong Kong dollars. Pinduoduo, search giant Baidu, financial services platform Lufax, video streaming site Bilibili, and gaming platform NetEase, which are all Chinese tech giants listed in the United States, witnessed their combined market cap declining by over 150 billion US dollars in the past 4 months. Therefore, at least 10 Chinese tech majors saw their market values shrink by a total of $801 billion over the same period. The tremendous market value shrinkage of leading Chinese tech giants has been attributed to investors growing nervous of communist clampdowns in the sector. According to a Wall Street Journal report, Chinese companies are suffering as investors begin to regain their appetite for more modestly valued old economy businesses. Xi Jinping is clamping down hard on Chinese tech companies as he fears the owners of such giants will overpower him if their rising fortunes are not curbed immediately. It is therefore no miracle that Xi Jinping has targeted almost all the companies which have lost over $800 billion collectively over the past 4 months. Last year, Alibaba founder Jack Ma criticized Chinese regulators, and now Wang Jing, the co-founder of a Chinese food delivery giant Meituan, has posted a poem on social media which was interpreted by outsiders as a veiled criticism of Xi Jinping's administration. The next thing we know, Ant Group's record stock listing worth $37 billion was stalled. China's State Administration for Market Regulation also launched an anti-monopoly probe against Alibaba, and Jack Ma then went missing for quite a long time. In March, e-commerce giant Pinduoduo surpassed Alibaba in active annual users, tallying 788.4 million users in 2020, overtaking Alibaba's 779 million. This meant that the CCP had to turn its eyes to the emerging leader of the tech sector. So Pinduoduo's founder was forced to step down as chairman of the company's board of directors. Separately, CCP mouthpieces like Global Times armed themselves with a great set of articles to shatter the image of the company. They ranged from pirated books to overworking labor at Pinduoduo. Earlier in May, Tencent was ordered to stop the illegal gathering of personal information of the users of its apps. This is funny because Tencent could not have been doing this for so long without the approval of the CCP. However, when it came to clipping the company's wings, the CCP did not waste a single wakeful moment. The markets are not responding to an unknown set of problems plaguing the Chinese tech sector. Instead, they are merely trying to insulate themselves from the repercussions of the visible fallout between China's CCP regime led by Xi Jinping and the country's tech giants.